Having a how bad do you want it mindset isn't about the hustle or the grind. And you're burning out because you are trying to work harder and longer than everyone else. But there's no correlation by the effort that you put in and the results that you will get. Because when you're struggling and you don't know where to turn next, you have to figure out how to make it happen. Because everyone has a different path. Everyone's story is very unique. And there are tools and there are systems and there are methodologies that can help you discover your path, but your journey has to be your own. This is what happens in my Breakthrough Academy, and it's designed to awaken your ability to find your path. It's not a band-aid solution, it's a breakthrough moment. That's why it's called the Breakthrough Academy. There are easier solutions out there, but they're never going to get you to where you really want to be. And only you can decide how you do it, on what terms. So yeah, how bad do you actually want it? What are you willing to sacrifice and reprioritize in your life to make the change that you want to make? Not the change that you think you should make. So if this is you, leave a comment that says breakthrough. We'll get you in my program and you'll learn the steps to change your life forever.
People are starting to ask a question that sounds simple, but hits hard. Was the job actually worth what it cost you? Because a lot of people were taught to work hard, sacrifice, stay late, pick up extra shifts, miss holidays, miss family moments, and prove they were dedicated. They were told that was responsibility. That was ambition. That was how you built a life. But now people are looking back and realizing they gave years to jobs that did not love them back. They missed birthdays. They missed vacations. They missed pictures they can never get back. They damaged their bodies, drained their minds, and lived exhausted just to still feel broke. And that is what people are venting about. It is not that they do not want to work. It is that they are tired of trading their whole life for a paycheck that barely buys survival. Because when your job takes your time, your health, your energy, your family memories, and your peace, but still leaves you stressed about bills, something starts to feel deeply wrong. And at some point, people stop asking how to work harder. They start asking why they gave so much of themselves away.
Harder work doesn't always pay off because you're not in a union. If you start working twice as hard at work, making twice as many shirts per hour, your boss is not just going to double your salary. They're going to sit and think, how much more do I have to pay you to get you to not quit? And even if you do quit, if they can replace you with 2 people that work half as hard and produce half as much stuff, but they can pay for combined less than they paid you, but do it in a heartbeat. The reality is, it's hard to get what you're worth by yourself. It's hard to leverage the, well, I'll just quit and you have to find somebody else by yourself. The best way to get the full value of your labor, or even close to it at this point, is to organize with the other workers, form a union, and collectively bargain. We're stronger together, y'all.
My coworker does the bare minimum and just got Employee of the Month. Like, I'm not even hating, I'm genuinely impressed. Like, the girl comes in at 9, leaves at 5, never once stayed late, never volunteers for extra projects, never sends a single message on Slack after hours, and they gave her a plaque. Meanwhile, I'm over here answering emails at like 10 p.m., picking up everyone's Slack, running meetings I wasn't even invited to, and my review said meets expectations. So I had to ask her, like, girl, what is your secret? And she told me she stopped doing things that nobody noticed anyway. The one thing she does do, she always has receipts. Every meeting she's in, she knows exactly what was said and who said it. I have to show you what she showed me. She uses this app called Playbacks. You literally just hit record and it records all of your meetings. Then it gives you a summary after. You know who said what, timestamps, action items, like literally everything. No wonder she's been on top of her game. So she never has to scramble or second guess. The app handles that and she just shows up, does her job, and goes home. And honestly, oh yeah, I'm switching to her method. I'm done being the hardest worker in the room and nothing to show for it. Because honestly, corporate is all performance anyway.
What's up, everybody? So, wanted to talk about something that may not be on everybody's mind, but it's on most of our mind, especially the blue collar, it doesn't even have to be blue collar men, but the ones that go out every day and work hard for their families and their loved ones. And just the thought of the whole dollar process, what the dollar means. You know, everybody thinks that you make good money and you think that you make good money, but this right here don't mean shit anymore. I remember when I used to get this and think I was somebody. This right here means nothing anymore. It's pretty sad. We all go out, bust our ass for our family, and it's being spent faster than you can make it just because of the bills and the increase of everything in the economy. And the ones that got the money look at you like, why are you bitching about money? Sad place.
What the fuck are we doing on this earth, man? Every day, most of us wake up and go to a job that we really don't fucking like, but we can't really quit because we got to get the money to pay the bills that they say it's important to pay. What the fuck is the point of this life, man? We go to grocery stores and buy food that God gave us for free. Why the fuck did we pay for lights? Well, that's just the way it is. Fuck you. I'm tired of all this "that's just the way it is" bullshit. This whole fucking system is garbage. America ain't nothing but a big ass fucking plantation, man. A big ass fucking plantation. What the fuck are we doing here? There are days I don't want to be on this earth. And I'm not saying I want to unalive myself and nothing like that. But I'm tired, man. It's like, what the fuck is the point of any of this? To work till we 60, 70 years old? Most of us ain't gonna fucking live to see 50. But we gotta work to maybe retire? Man, fuck you and all that bullshit, man. I don't give a fuck about who president, left, right, and all this dumbass shit. I'm tired of this whole fucking game, man. It's a big ass game. It's a big ass charade. America is a fucking plantation. I don't give a fuck what nobody got to say about it, man. This shit is exhausting. Like, I don't even want to look for another job. I'm gonna walk in there, they gonna ask me, why do you even want this job? Bitch, because I need some fucking money to pay the bills that they tell me is important to pay. The fuck out of here, man.
Working a 9 to 5, making somebody else rich, and you working hard, do not pay off at all. You gotta be kissing ass, telling on people. That's how you get ahead in life. You gotta go say, hey, yeah, Bobby then took 15 more minutes than on his lunch break than everybody else. That's what you got. That's how you gotta be a hoe. In order to move up, you gotta be a hoe. Yeah, for you to move up in a company, you gotta be a hoe. So hard work don't pay off. And I'm pretty sure you seen it at your job. You ain't the never one. They always passing you up on the promotions. They always passing you up on everything. And you've been there the longest. But if you ain't no hoe, you gonna be in that position. So stop working harder at your jobs. Do the bare minimum at your job. Do the bare minimum. Stop working so damn hard.
And this is where burnout becomes more than just being tired. Because some people rest on the weekend and still do not feel rested. They take a day off and still feel heavy. They go on vacation and still feel like their mind never fully clocks out. That is not laziness. That is what happens when work stops being a part of your life and starts consuming the whole thing. People are tired of waking up, fighting traffic, clocking in, pretending to care, doing the same routine, and then getting paid just enough to cover bills that never stop coming. They are tired of being told this is just how life is. Because deep down, a lot of people know life is supposed to be more than working until your body breaks and hoping you live long enough to enjoy retirement. And yes, people still need money. They still need responsibility. They still need a way to survive. But more people are realizing they need freedom too. Freedom to be present with family, freedom to rest without guilt, freedom to build something of their own, freedom to stop depending on a job that could replace them faster than it would protect them. That is why so many people are questioning the 9 to 5 now. Not because they are weak, but because they are finally honest about what it has taken from them. And maybe the real tragedy is not that people are tired of working. It is that so many people worked hard for years and still never
like
got
our
to
parents
feel
and
free.
grandparents did. But when did survival become a group project? Everybody's so quick to yell, just work harder, grind more, pick a side hustle. But the real question is, why the hell should we have to? Why is one full-time job no longer enough to afford food, rent, and peace of mind? Why are we working 50, 60 hours a week away from our families and, still checking our bank apps like we committed a crime? Why is owning a home now treated like some luxury fantasy instead of the bare minimum of our parents achieved with a high school diploma and a single paycheck? Why are people forced to DoorDash after 10-hour shifts just to afford eggs, gas, and maybe prescription medicine, maybe even diapers? Why do people celebrate people working for themselves into exhaustion, but shame them for admitting they're struggling? Why do we keep pretending this is normal? You shouldn't need a second job to just keep your head above water. You shouldn't have to burn out just to barely get by. Why is everything rising except our wages? This isn't laziness. This isn't lack of ambition. I mean, this is like a system designed to drain you and convince you that it's your fault. I mean, it's not your fault. You're not behind. We're being buried alive and then told to be grateful for the dirt.